Well, let's see if this Dodge truck will run. All right, so I got a battery in here. There's no real terminals. I got negative wire here, just clamped on with some jumper cables, and the positive wire clamped on with jumper cables because there are no terminals to put onto the battery. And I got power, but there's no turning of the starter. So for some reason it's not getting power to the starter relay. And okay, wait a minute. Okay, so they've bypassed the switch and just have a push start system here. Okay, I do got a fuse. So this thing might run, actually. Well, let's give it a try. I think it will run. It spins over, so that's a good first sign. Let me see about getting some fuel. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the fuel line going to the tank, because I'm sure it's probably full of old nasty gas that we don't want to go inside this engine. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it. That way it won't pump anything in. Downside of a plow is you gotta do a lot of walking. Okay, let me hook my battery back up here. Okay, give it a little prime. The choke is not connected. I guess they had a manual choke at one point though. Okay, primed up. Let's see what happens. Well, I want to turn it on first. Whoops. Let's see what happens. Nothing there. Okay, let's see, we still got MoPar electronic ignition. Oh, we got two ballasts here, so I guess one was replaced at some point. I'm not entirely sure. There's a lot of wires just what a mess. I'm not entirely sure what all was going on here. I guess there's a chance that they have a switch that shuts off the ignition or something like that too, so I guess I need to look into that. Okay, I have just done a little hot wire in here, put positive to the positive of the coil, also hooked up the return spring, and let's try it again, I guess. Oh, I think we're good. Well, I was going to hook up the fuel pump, and I was taking stuff loose and noticed that there's a hole in it. I don't think I've seen very many fuel pumps that have rusted through, but I guess that's what road salt will do. Anyways, went back to the trusty gravity feed, got my gas tank up there, so let's see if this thing will start and run. Got an alligator clip here to turn on my ignition. Give it a little more prime again. In case the float's stuck. Another prime, I guess. Well, I got good oil pressure. Not sure if I'm getting any gas. If it goes into gear. Oh, ouch. That's right. That buzzer's kind of annoying. Still got some gas in there. some more gas just to be sure. Okay, so, man, that is annoying. Wish that would stop. Okay. Okay, so, other than me getting all, bit up by mosquitoes, wasn't too terrible to get this thing running. I don't know what all was being done under the hood. I guess they were bypassing the ignition and the switch and all kinds of stuff. So I don't really know what the setup was with what they were doing. But anyways, I know that this thing will run. It actually seems to run pretty good. Goes right into gear. I got reverse and forward. Just need to mess with the carburetor, I guess, and make that, run. Probably the accelerator pump's junk for one. This thing's been sitting for, I don't know, a long time. At least 12, 13 years, I think. But good oil pressure, runs good, transmission works. So I think this is a potential to be a driver if somebody really wanted to. Thing's a little rough around the edges, that's for sure, but should it be saved? Should I save this truck and kind of put it back on the road? What do you think? Let me show you some more around the truck and the ins and outs of it. And you tell me, is this something that should be kept alive, put back on the road, and driven as is? I guess you could restore it if you really wanted to. So let's take a look around outside and inside and let me know. Since we got the hood open, I'll go ahead and show under here. There is a lot going on with the wire in here. There's been some cuts and splices, wires going nowhere, bare wires. All seems to be right here. I think it could be fixed, put back the way it's supposed to be. Push button start for whatever reason, I'm not sure. But I guess that's not the end of the world. Looks like we got our basic 318. It's got factory electronic ignition. Got power brakes, power steering, automatic transmission. This is a Power Wagon, so it's 4-wheel drive. I don't know what that radiator came out of. Obviously, it's not original to this truck. I guess something they put in here just to keep it going. Need to add some coolant to it, I guess. Got a Holley 2-barrel on there, just gravity feeding it right now. It's a 78. It was a black truck. The front clip has been replaced. You can see the hood and front fenders are yellow. Front bumper's gone because it has the plow set up. Got some rust down there. I'm sure there's probably some rust yeah, there's some right there. Oh, I guess I need to show this. The front panel there is kind of rusty, I guess, from the salt water getting thrown up in there. I do have a couple extra ones of those panels though. Hood is okay. Firewall looks to be okay. I think this bed may have come off of another truck. Looks like it may have been silver at some point. You can see in there. Obviously, I think that's been repaired at some point. so that's got some body filler in it. Gas tank is kind of dangling because I think one of the straps has rusted off. We got mismatched wheels that don't have the correct lug nuts on there, so they're, gosh, it'll be hard to get these off. That's probably why there's only like 3 lug nuts to each wheel. I don't know why you would have done this. I would have just kept the steel wheels, but yeah. So the wheels kind of suck. This one's got some later model wheel on it, but at least it's kind of the right type of wheel. Do have a hitch, got the cool farm use tag. There's a crunch here. Guess backed into something at some point, a pole maybe. You can see there was some filler there anyway. You can definitely tell there's filler around the wheel well here on the bed. It's got blocks on the back, so it's sitting really high. Cap corners look all right though. Door skin, rust forming there, some rust forming there. Does have the stainless trim around the glass. And matching rust over here. But the motor runs good. It didn't smoke at all and has good oil pressure, so drivetrain's good, transmission works. The bed, from what I can tell, is solid. I cleaned a whole bunch of crap out of the back of it. This thing actually looks pretty good from a distance. It would shine up actually. Door panel's in good shape. You can see it's all black inside, original black truck. Built 1978. Bench seat is actually in really good shape. We do have a sliding back glass here. A little stiff, so I'm not going to force it. Guess maybe there was rifle rack up in here or something. Got good visors. Dash is in really good shape. These are very common to just be absolutely destroyed. The sun bakes them. Got a aftermarket radio here. I don't know how to work it. Doesn't. Both of these trucks had radios in them, but they don't seem to work. Though you would think they would. Oh. The eject works. Huh. Spending way too much time messing with this radio for some. So it unlocks out of there, I know that much. Well, eject works, so there's that. Don't seem to work otherwise. Okay, got the trim here. The wood grain trim on the dash is in nice shape. You can see it's an Adventurer. Door panel over there is in pretty good shape. Glass is all intact. A box there, some stuff in there. You can see there is a crack there on the glove box, but all in all, not too bad. Cigarettes and ashtray and everything. It's a 4-wheel drive. Haven't tested it, but I'm sure it probably works. Rubber mat's in good shape. Though an Adventurer, I would think, would probably have carpet. You know, headlight switch is down here now instead of here, because I guess they were hooking up the plow lights and stuff. I'm not sure what this toggle switch is for, but it looks like it has some factory wiring on it. I don't know. But yeah, all in all, not too bad. So is this a truck that deserves to be saved? Let me know in the comments. Should I save this truck, kind of offer it up for sale as a project driving truck, or should I just part it out and give what good parts it has to some other trucks? I'm kind of thinking it's kind of in between. It could go either way. It's really not too bad. I've definitely seen much worse. It runs, it moves. I'm sure it would drive decent. The brakes work. It might be okay to kind of offer up as a project truck. It is a short bed Adventure. It's black, which is you don't really see too often. But yeah, that's kind of my opinion. I think it maybe should be kept intact and offered up. But what do you think? I'm curious what the general public thinks about something like this. I'm a sucker for rusty junk, but maybe somebody can talk some sense into me. So let me know in the comments there. But thanks for following along. This was a pretty easy truck to get started, really. I guess they were just parked just because they weren't being used. It seems like everything works on them, and they move, they drive, the brakes work. I mean, they have been off the road or not in use for over 10 years probably. So of course there's probably some things that need to be done, but all in all, not bad. Like, I've definitely had much worse, and I've definitely had to put a lot more effort into things to get them to start and run again. So these aren't too bad. But I don't know, not sure what I'll do with them yet. We'll kind of see what happens, I guess, with it. But thanks for watching again. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to follow along on Instagram at Obsolete Automotive, and be sure to check out my Patreon, where you can show a little support, see some extra videos and things like that. Usually get an early release on my YouTube videos. And I appreciate the support in that nonetheless. So thanks for my subscribers there. And check out my Facebook discussion group and page. I'll post links to all that on the description of this video. So check that out. And again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you on the next one. Sound like a freaking bee. All right, that annoying thing's out.